All right. Hey, friends. I know it's been a while since I have been on here, but I am back for Coffee Chats with Jen. And if you're new here or rejoining, my name is Jen. I'm a certified life and mindset coach. And I'm also a former physical therapist turned mindset coach for high achieving women. And I'm really excited to be here. I love working with women who are kind of tired of holding it all together on the outside while feeling completely exhausted and burnt out and possibly even resentful on the inside. I help women calm the chaos, break free from burnout, and finally start living the life that feels good, not just the one that looks good from the outside, right? I really want you to feel good in your body. And today we're diving into a topic that I know so many people can relate to, especially so many women, especially if you're midlife like me and possibly going through perimenopause, and that's anxiety. And I really wanted to talk about why does anxiety feel like it gets louder or worse in midlife, right? We've held it all together for decades, juggling jobs, kids, relationships, responsibilities, but suddenly your mind feels like it's running with 20 tabs open all at once. And you start to really wonder, why can't I handle stress the way I used to? Why does my body feel like it's betraying me? Why do the smallest things feel so big? Why am I snapping so much more quickly now? Why does my partner drive me crazy at the drop of a hat right now? And I just want you to know that you're not crazy. You're not broken, and your anxiety, it's not a flaw, right? It's a signal. It's something is going on. And before we dive in, I just want to share a little bit of a story that you might relate to. A few months ago, one of my clients, let's call her Christy, it's not a real name, told me, I feel like I'm doing everything right. I eat healthy, I exercise, I journal, and yet my anxiety is worse than ever. It's like my body didn't get the memo that I'm trying. So I'm sure that sounds very familiar to so many people. But for so many women in midlife, anxiety really starts showing up in new and confusing ways, like racing thoughts, restlessness, overwhelm that feels like it comes out of nowhere, sleepless nights, sleepless mornings, like waking up at 4 a.m. to go to the bathroom and that not being able to fall asleep. That 4 a.m. wake up is pretty well known in perimenopause and midlife. But the thing that happens, at least for me, at those 4 a.m. wake ups is my mind just starts spiraling and it won't turn off. And again, what's happening underneath everything isn't a weakness. And I want you to know that. It's layers of hormone changes, high standards, emotional load, all colliding at once, right? So let's break it down a little bit. Number one, hormones, high standards, and emotional load, right? Midlife brings real physiological shifts in our body. Changes in estrogen, progesterone, and cortisol that are going to affect our mood, sleep, and nervous system. So while your body's chemistry is literally changing, possibly daily, you're also carrying decades of mental weight of holding it all together, right? The pressure to keep performing at work, the invisible to-do list in your head, especially if you're a mom, you've got all the to-do list for every single family member, the emotional labor of caring for everyone else. And if you're in midlife, you could be juggling a family and aging parents too, and juggling all those things and that mental load and that emotional load as well. And anxiety isn't new. It's just that now our nervous system is finally saying, I can't keep running on fumes. Something needs to change. Number two, I want to talk about why anxiety isn't a flaw, right? I don't want you to see it as a weakness. It really is a signal to you that your body's saying, back up, something's got to change. We can't keep living like this. Most women think anxiety means something is wrong with them, but anxiety is really your body's internal alarm saying, hey, something needs our attention here. Something's just not right. And maybe it's more rest. Maybe it's an unmet need. Maybe it's an outdated belief that you're saying you have to earn your worth, right? Maybe it's saying, hey, get your hormones checked. If you're in midlife and haven't had that done, it's a real possibility that your hormones are off. And it might not just be progesterone or estrogen. It might be your thyroid hormones. It might be your blood sugar. It could be your cortisol. All of these things work together and can impact our anxiety. When you stop seeing anxiety as the enemy and start treating it like a messenger, everything really shifts. So you go from fighting your feelings and feeling less than or weak to listening to them and feeling more empowered and being able to take action to start feeling better. So one really simple calming technique that can fit into a busy day, because I know all of us are busy, And you don't need a 90-minute meditation. You don't need a retreat to Bali, although both of those sound wonderful. You just need 1 minute, right? And you can even do this like at your desk, at work, and nobody can know it. You could actually be in a meeting with several people and be doing this and nobody know. You could be at a stoplight and do this, or stuck in traffic, okay? And it's called the 333 grounding reset. And it's as simple as noticing 3 things that you can see, noticing 3 things that you can touch, and then take 3 slow, deep belly breaths with really slow exhale. That's it, right? How simple is that? It can be done pretty quickly with nobody even knowing. And it brings your body back to the present moment. It kind of takes you out of your head and back into the present when you start to look around and see what you can see and what your body, what you can feel. So it takes you out of your head and back into the present, and kind of helps stop spiraling that anxiety. And then the deep breaths tell your vagus nerve and your body to, hey, just let's calm down right now. I'm safe. I'm okay. So if your anxiety has felt louder lately, it's not because you're failing. It's just because your body's telling you, we've had enough. Something has to change. What do I need? And then just do like a purposeful pause and ask, like, what do I need in this moment? If you're feeling really overwhelmed with your to-do list, do a brain dump and just write it down. If your body's feeling anxious, then do this 333 grounding moment. Another one that I love that my clients kind of have on repeat is a really simple breathing technique called box breathing. And I'm not going to go through that here. It's something really easy you can Google. I also have information on my YouTube as well. But box breathing is great for kind of calming that anxiety. So this is not a season to keep pushing through. This is a season to stop and ask yourself, what do I need? What does my body need? And to stop judging your anxiety and start understanding it and just get curious about it. So if today's conversation really resonated with you and you're ready to stop letting your anxiety run the show, I'd love to help you create a calm, confident version of your life that actually fits you. I am hosting an anxiety challenge at the end of the month. We're going to do it for 5 days. It's going to be like a 20-minute coffee chats, kind of like this, where I'm going to educate a little bit about anxiety and then give you one of my top 5 tools each day that have really helped me and all of my clients with their anxiety. So if you're interested in joining us for the challenge, it's going to be streamed on Facebook and also on Zoom. So you'll be able to join whether you're on Facebook or not. Just drop the word challenge below wherever you're watching this, whether it's on Instagram in my Facebook group, or if you're replying, you're in my newsletter seeing the replay, or on my YouTube watching the replay. Just comment anxiety challenge, or reach out to me in the DMs and just say, hey Jen, I want more information on your anxiety challenge. It's going to be the last week in October. Again, it's going to be at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time, but there will be recordings if you can't join every day live. I will tell you that those that join live, if you've ever done any of my live challenges, I give prizes out for people that are on live. Anywhere from like a $10 to $25 Amazon gift card for being on live. I put your name on a wheel and I draw it every day. So there is some benefit to being on live, right? And also when you're on live, you get a chance to have your questions asked about like anxiety as well. So that anxiety challenge, stay tuned for that. I'll be sharing more on my social media and my stories. If you're on my newsletter list, you'll see it there. But if you're interested in getting more information, just comment challenge, reach out to me privately, and we'll get you that information. So you guys have a wonderful day and stay tuned. The next 3 weeks, I'm going to be diving more into anxiety and how it affects us, especially during midlife. Have a great day.